than that, let's go ahead and get right into the video. I'm gonna turn this up. You might hear my husband talking in the background. He's in a work meeting. There's not really much I can do about that. But I went on a Virgin Voyages cruise with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, so it was the three of us. So I'm just gonna go over a little bit of everything, right? Okay. So 4 nights, 5 days on the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady cruise. It was perfect. I loved that length. I think anything more than that, I would have been like, alright, I'm ready to go home now. But that's just me. I am literally with my husband 24/7. So yeah, I was ready to come home at the end of it. But if you're going with your spouse or something, or someone you really, really love spending a whole bunch of time with, I think it would have been fine. I had a whole bunch of fun with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law. I love them to pieces. There was no issues whatsoever, but I was ready to come home and see my husband at the end of it. We each got our own cabin. We each got our own cabin. It had a balcony with an ocean view. So it was really nice, actually. There's like a partition between everyone's balconies, and there's a little piece of the partition that can fold back if you wanted to, so that you can have access to other people's balconies. You have to sign a waiver and have it unlocked so that everyone who is having their balcony open to another person's is fine with it. Like, everyone has to sign a waiver and be okay with it. And luckily we were right in a row, so all three of our balconies could connect and we could just communicate that way. It was awesome. We boarded in Miami, Florida. So we started in Miami. We went to Key West the second day of the cruise. The third day of the cruise, we were at sea, and so it was just like a hangout on the boat all day type thing. The fourth day was in Bimini, the island of Bimini in the Bahamas. And then the fifth day, we got off the boat in Miami again. I'm gonna start with the cons because there were so few of them. Okay, so I think I have like 3 things that really bugged me about the cruise, and these are like very minor problems, right? First of all, the bathroom situation. In your cabin, it was totally fine. You had your own private bathroom. You had like a little shower. We just got a very regular cabin for each of us because we didn't want anything too crazy. But like, you know what I'm saying. But the bathroom situation. A lot of people are on a cruise. I think that cruise ship could hold like 2,000 plus people, and each of the bathrooms had like 1 stall, 2 stalls. I think the most I ever saw in any of the like common area bathrooms was like 3 stalls. And when you have it next to a casino where people are drinking, or you have it next to the literal eating area where people are eating and drinking, and it's got like 2 stalls, they're always busy. There was always a wait at the bathrooms if you weren't going to your own bathroom, and like everything was so far removed from your cabin. Like the cabins were so far away from everything else that like the time you spent waiting for a bathroom versus the time it would have taken to go back to your cabin and get back to where you were to go to the bathroom would have been about the same. So I think they could improve it by having it set up like an airport or a mall where they have one common area for washing your hands and then like 5 or 6 stalls lined up. And I think almost every single bathroom should have been set up like that, because it was just, we were always waiting, especially around dinner time when people are getting their alcoholic beverages for the most part, having dinner, all of that. Like at dinner time, every single bathroom all over the ship was packed. So that was my biggest complaint, was like the public bathroom situation on the cruise. It was lacking. There was service on this cruise was exceptional. My room was always really, really clean. I did not expect them to come in and tidy up my room and make my bed. Like, every day I pull back my bed to let it like air out. Like, I just pull my bed back anyways, and I'm fine with that. I did not expect them to come in and like, okay, so they made my bed for me. They took the little throw blanket, they made a V on the bed with the throw blanket way we could have spent all of that. And that's, like, we were not getting trashed every single night, but we did have, like, an alcoholic beverage. There was one night where we had several alcoholic beverages, and that kind of added up. I think that was, like, where most of it came out. But, like, I had $100 left. I think my mother-in-law had $150 left. I think my sister-in-law had, like, 80 or 100, and the way we did it is, like, so they scan your bracelet for your bar tab, so they know where to take it out of, right? So it would work out, like, I would buy my chai lattes, right? But sometimes if we were all getting drinks, one person would buy for all 3 people and just scan their bracelet, and then the next time somebody else would use their bracelet for all 3 drinks, or you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like we were strict about it, like, I'm buying this and you're buying this. We were like, we have a lot of money between the 3 of us, so we're just gonna use it, you know? It doesn't matter. We weren't strict about it or whatever. So in the galley they had that, and they had like a sushi bento place where in the morning they had like bento boxes with yogurt and fresh fruit and something else in there, I think. There was like an American diner style restaurant, and it's not like full-blown restaurants. It's like, think of when you go to the food court at the mall. It was pretty much a food court, but better food. They had one that was like all sweets and desserts and like croissants and like an egg and cheese croissant and like all of the best desserts you've ever had, like just tiny little ones that you could take like 3 or 4 of, and it was so good. That was like my favorite spot because I love sweets, and so I got a dessert or 2 every night to take back to my room, and it was awesome. Let's see, and then next to that, there was like this, that was the American diner where they served like burgers, Impossible Burgers, French fries. I got those French fries a few times because they were so good. And then next to that was like, I don't know what it was, but they had different things every night. Like the last night they had like Indian food, like they had butter chicken and like maybe tikka masala. They had the basmati rice. That was, I'm not sure about that. I really, really wanted to try the Indian food, but we had a dinner reservation that night and I was stuffed, and Indian food is my like ultimate comfort food, so I really, really wanted to try it, but I was so full that I literally could not. So there was that one, and then there was like, I'm trying to think. There was like a ramen spot where you could get like spicy ramen. There was like a press place where you could get like panini sandwiches almost. Like every place you went to had probably 2 to 7 things that you could choose from, and it just depended on the spot. The dessert place, there were like 8 desserts that you could choose from every single night, and then they had like the croissants and all that, and then they always had fresh fruit just available for you. And then I'm trying to think what else. I think there were like 8 to 10 restaurants total in there, maybe. I think. They were all really good. I tried to get as much food as I could. So yeah, that's the galley. That's kind of where you could go and eat like cafeteria style almost. They had seating everywhere. It was really nice. And that was all included. Like, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna spend so much money on food on this cruise. All of the food was included unless otherwise stated. Like, every single night we had a dinner reservation. And like, for instance, the first night, we looked at the menu and there was like $25 next to this certain dish. You would pay for that one. But like, I would say 98% of the menu was included in the price of your cruise, but there were a few specialty items that were just really, really expensive, and so you had to pay for those. So if you picked it, you paid for it, right? steakhouse vibe, I think. I think I had a Moscow Mule there, and my mother-in-law, I don't know what she had, but my sister-in-law, I think, got a bottle of wine, or like a glass of wine. And their cocktails are pricey, but like I said, we were having a drink with like every meal, and there was like a night where we probably got like 3 or 4 drinks each, and we still did not run out our bar tab. So like, even though I was spending $13 per cocktail, I still did not run out of money. And it's not like I was like, no thanks. Like, okay, so we went to the wake and we got food there. That was pretty okay. The service was not the best. I think they needed more support staff there. Like, I think they needed another waitress or two, or waiter or two. But it was still really good. The food was really good. We just had to wait a little bit longer, which it's fine. What are we doing anyways, right? That was a really pretty restaurant. That was on the Scarlet night, so we were all in our red dresses, looking all fabulous and whatnot. Let's see, what else? I'm doing this terribly. Like, I'm not doing this cruise justice. I'm doing like I am an uncultured peasant. This is what I thought of this cruise. Like, if you're looking for a vlog type thing, it ain't me, right? So we went to the wake, and that was pretty good. It was the very back of the boat, so you felt a little bit more of the movement of the boat than in any other place, but it was still really good. It was fine. Then we went to the test kitchen. Which was such a good experience. That was amazing. That was the one restaurant my sister-in-law was like, I don't know if you guys will like this. It's a little bit weird. Like, it's low-key pretentious, you know what I mean? Like, think of the most outrageous cooking show you've seen, where they're like, and now we have beetroot foam to go along with this, blah blah blah, and the portions are like this big. That's exactly what it was. I think we had 7 courses, and with that, there was an option to do like a little drink with every single course that paired well with it. So I got the alcohol-free drink to go with every course, and they would come and explain it to you, like what was in this drink, how it went well with what they were about to serve you. And it wasn't like a full size, like it was like a little thing, just teeny tiny, which I really appreciated. I absolutely could not have done like regular cocktails. I really like mocktails. And then my mother-in-law got the cocktail version, and then my sister-in-law got the wine. They would just serve you like a little bit of wine to taste with it. That was crazy. My sister-in-law took a picture of all of the food, so I will put that in this general area. The first one was like corn and polenta with a little cornbread. Adorable. They put it in a mold, so it looked like it was like a cob of corn, but it was not. Super duper good. And then the second thing I want to say was smoked salmon. I am not a huge seafood person, but I wanted to give it a try. Very smoky. The flavor, or the texture, was more like sushi, like raw salmon, which I am not a huge raw anything fan. I took probably 4 bites out of it, and I tried it out. I was not a huge fan, but my sister-in-law loved it. She said it was really, really good. So, you know, don't take my word for it. I'm an uncultured peasant with terrible taste buds, you know? Like, I love Taco Bell and pizza, not steak. I don't like steak. I don't like lobster, so, you know, there's that. If you're needing something to compare it to, don't listen to me if you're well cultured and all of that shit. And then the one before that was like beetroot. It was like beetroot something. So it had a little bit of quinoa on top, and it was like beetroot rolled in like, I don't know what, with beetroot foam or beet foam. Very goofy looking. It was really good though. It was really, really good. There was shrimp noodles with pan fry egg whites, that texture, that thickness, right? I was not a fan of the noodles. I ate probably half the dish, but they were small serving sizes. I ate all the shrimp. The lobster sauce was pretty good, but I was not a fan of the texture of the noodles. Like, it was really throwing me off. My sister-in-law loved it, my mother-in-law loved it. The texture and, like, just the idea of ground up shrimp was really, really getting to me. I can't think about food too often, like a lot, otherwise I won't want to eat it. Like, I can't think about eating a chicken breast, otherwise I won't eat it. So, yeah. But I had it, it was good, it was okay. But, I just was not in love with it. The texture was really, really getting to me. And then after that, I think is when we had the asparagus sorbet, which was so good, actually. Like, I was very, very surprised. I don't remember what the base of it was, but then there was a ball of asparagus sorbet with candied ginger on top. Super duper good. Like, when you hear people talk about, like, this really complements this part of it, like, that was one of the first dishes that I've ever had that I was like, every piece of this needed to be here, because individually this would have not been, number one, a good flavor, number two, like a good rounded bite of something, you know what I mean? Like, alone the asparagus sorbet was asparagus sorbet. It tasted like asparagus. The candied ginger, I love ginger, so like I can't really comment on that. I don't remember what the base was, but all together it just gave you like a really, really nice bite, and it was like insane. I couldn't believe that the sorbet was asparagus, right? Let's see. And then the last thing, the dessert, was strawberry slices with wasabi, like icing almost. Wasabi flavored icing. It was really, really good. Like, I didn't think that I would like, I don't love wasabi. I'm okay with it, but it's not like, oh yeah, I love wasabi with my sushi. It was wasabi, like icing almost. I want to say there was a little bit of cream cheese in there possibly, but the combo of the sweet from the strawberry and the wasabi was really, really good together. And like I said, each of these came with a drink, like a little, yeah, I've said it already, a little pairing drink. And like for my drink package, because I got non-alcoholic, it was like $30 that came out of my bar tab. I still didn't use all my bar tab, you know. My mother-in-law's I think was $40, and I think same with my sister-in-law getting the wine. That was also $40 out of her bar tab. So that was that. I'm trying to think. We went to Extra Virgin, which was the Italian restaurant on board. That was our last night. I'm trying to think. I know there was another one we went to. But we went to Extra Virgin, and that was really good. I got the crispy asparagus as my starter, and they had really good meatballs, and I think my sister-in-law got something. She got something, I can't remember what it was, but she said it was really good. And then for like our main dish, I'm trying to think what I got. I know I got like carbonara with, is it bucatini? Is it bucatini? I don't know. Thicker noodles, alright. Brown, bigger gauge noodles. And then I'm trying to think what I had for the main part of that. I can't remember. Everything was really, really good. Like, literally every single meal I had, I was like super duper impressed. Everything was so good. The portions were perfect. The Italian restaurant was where I felt the most full. But I think it's just because I was at the end of the cruise and I had been stuffing my face all day, every day. So I think it had built up. But I think all of the portions were really, really reasonable sizes. Every place had like a starter option, like main course, dessert. It was wonderful. It was really, really, really nice. And the menus weren't too complex. There weren't so many things that you were having a difficult time picking. sunshine still. It was really hot though, and like, that's coming from me, who I've been in Ohio forever now, and I think when I left it was 65 degrees, and we went to Key West, and it was like 82 degrees at 10 a.m. So, you know, if that's hot for you, then it was really hot, but if that's like a regular day, then it was fine, right? And then the day at sea was really nice. My mother-in-law and I laid out. We got a little bit of sun. I think we kind of all took naps that day. We wandered around. We got food. I think we went to watch the drag queen that night. There was like 90 minutes around the world with Diva, cannibalize themselves. Like, we had front row seats. It was wonderful. I'd never seen Cirque du Soleil, so I was super duper excited. I was literally mind blown, and I loved seeing everyone's tattoos, which was weird. Everyone doing the Cirque du Soleil was ripped. Like, they were very muscular, because I think if they weren't, they would have been injured like left and right. But everyone had tattoos also. And they had a few costume changes, so they started out in a whole bunch of clothes, and then they went down to like crop tops and shorts and stuff. And so you could see everyone's tattoos, and I really loved that also. I don't know. But yeah, we saw the Cirque du Soleil, and that was a wonderful time. Yeah, it was a lot of relaxing, hanging out on the balcony, eating as much as we possibly could fit in our bodies. Yeah, it was such a good trip. We have been talking about doing a girls' trip, like a girls' cruise, since early 2020. Like, before everything shut down, we had started talking about it in like February or March, and then everything closed down, and we were like, so yeah, we finally did it, and it was awesome. I absolutely loved doing it with my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law. I really enjoyed every single piece of the cruise. There was not any point where any of us were like, I need to get away from you, like, I'm gonna strangle you. We all get along really, really well, and we all really enjoy each other's company. And yeah, it was such a great experience. I'm really glad that I got to do that with them. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I'll try and work on answering them. I hope you enjoyed this video, my absolutely unorganized, terrible review, but it was a great time. I loved it.